Hey guys, it has been a little while since I've done a toy haul video. I don't think the last one has been in like at least a few months, probably November-ish maybe, unless I just missed one. So I've got a whole bunch of stuff that has come in within this particular week, and it's kind of been a perfect storm for just a bunch of toys showing up at the house this week. There's a few other things that have kind of been stragglers that I haven't shown elsewhere or haven't gotten around to doing reviews, or maybe just not doing reviews in general. So we're going to go through the older stuff first, the stuff that didn't really come this week, and then we'll get into this massive box of stuff that's over here. So first and really only, I think, vintage thing on the list here is another Supernaturals figure. So I got this from Zombie Sailor Toys over on Instagram. I'm always kind of on the lookout for carded samples. This one is a little beat up, but that's not really a big deal to me. I'm just trying to get all the ghosts on cards because I love this line. They glow in the dark, they have holograms, and I mean, just look at that card art. How could you not want something like that? So I've got that's number 5 of 8 that I've got now, so I'm getting close. We're getting there. We've got this kind of an oddity. So this is from a company called, I think it's just pronounced MEP Toys, and they apparently have the Robotech license in some way. And they put out this. It's not 1/12 scale because Commander Britai is enormous, but it is a more 6-inch style figure of Commander Britai. He's an oddly articulated figure, though. It's more articulated like a standard 5 POA figure. He's not 5 POA, but he's not very dynamic either. It's kind of weird, and he comes with a little tiny Rick Hunter figure in there. So I couldn't pass it up. I was really curious about it. I'm not sure I'm ever going to get around to doing a video on this, but it's interesting, and I'm constantly looking for Robotech figures because there really aren't very many, at least of the characters. So we've got something like that. Just kind of a weird little oddity from a company that I know absolutely nothing about. We've got some, well, at least one Black Series. So this is nothing exciting or anything special. Easy to get as well. This is the Chewbacca with the 3PO. This is what, the Amazon exclusive? I haven't even gotten around to taking this thing out of the box yet. It looks pretty cool. I'm mostly interested in the 3PO. I do not need another Chewbacca on my shelf, really, but this guy looks really cool. So I'm not sure I'm going to get around to doing a review on this. It's kind of old hat at this point. But we've got that on deck, maybe. We've got this oddity. So this is an oddball figure. This guy has never been released in the United States. It has been released overseas, and it has been released in Canada, and apparently just peg worms at Walmart's up there. But this is the gold skin Overwatch Ultimates Soldier 76. So this is arguably, unless those listings that have been popping up around the places have, any credence to them, this is the final figure in the Overwatch line, potentially. There may be more coming. We don't really know yet. But this is that same figure that's in the 2-pack, just done up in the gold color scheme. So he's just a simple repaint. But you cannot get him in a store in the States, at least not wherever he was going to be. He was rumored to be an exclusive, maybe Walgreens or something like that. So we've got him. So that completes the Overwatch line for me. Rest in peace, I suppose. We've got a couple sets of figures that I never really finished doing these reviews either. So more of the GameStop exclusive Batman Turtle sets. So Mikey and Alfred. I don't know. These things kind of got lost by the wayside. I only did the Leo and the Raph sets. And then I opened Donatello and Batgirl, but I never got around to reviewing them because more stuff just came in. And then we've got the Shredder and the Ra's al Ghul. This is honestly the one I was the most interested in. Outside of the fact that I love the Turtles, this is the one that seemed the coolest. So we've got those. And then this came from a friend, and I'm not sure why I never bought this when it was new, and he somehow managed to get 2 by mistake or as a courtesy from Super 7 because of an issue with his order. So the last Phantom Starkiller that I needed to have all 5 of them. There's another one coming out, I think, soon. But this is, whatever, the green one. I don't remember what they called this one. So I never got this one. For some reason, I decided not to get it, but then I got all the others. So, of course, I needed this one. He ended up with 2, and then now he has 1 and I have 1. So we got that. So that completes the Phantom Starkillers for now, at least for reaction stuff. And then these are some things that I've kind of wanted to get for a long time, and I never really went down the road of doing it because I knew I knew that I would just take it to an extreme, and I kind of am. So I'm jumping in. I talked about this in a review last year for the Robot Spirits Camphor, that I'm a huge fan of the line, but I don't buy them because, well, they're kind of expensive, and it's just one more thing I don't really need. But there's a number of them in this video. So we've got the RX-78 GP01 from Gundam 0083. So this guy I think I got this on Amazon. So this guy is just chock full of accessories. I'm really excited about this one. I saw this on Toy Galaxy Dan's Instagram, and that's what made me want to get this one, because the picture that he had it in really looked cool, and I really wanted to take a look at it for myself. And this is one of my favorite Gundams. So we got this guy here, and then I got two more off of AmiAmi's pre-owned section. And I never really thought to check that. For some reason, I didn't think to check their website and their used stuff. It just didn't cross my mind. But I came across two of my favorite suits. One of my favorite figures, well, my favorite Gundam of all time. So this is a pretty recent figure. This is the RX-78, the Alex from 0080, Gundam 0080. This is the counterpart to the Camphor figure that I got last year, which was coincidentally my favorite figure of 2019. So this is the good guy to that suit's bad guy. This thing is just kind of something that I've wanted to get for a while. He comes with battle damage parts, tons of accessories, the whole deal. Just a really cool looking figure. I'm probably going to do some reviews on these, even though they're not new. I just kind of want to get into the feel of how to do these. And then this is the one that I've really been looking for a very long time, and I've been able to get it. It's not hard to find, but it's hard to find in the States for even remotely a decent price. So this is the Gundam Wing Sandrock, my favorite all-time Gundam of my favorite all-time Gundam of all time. That makes a lot of sense. So this is my all-time favorite Gundam, and I've wanted this figure forever. It has always just been ridiculously expensive because I didn't really know much about this line when this was new, because this thing's like 8 years old at this point, and I didn't know anything about them. And now they go for like $100 here in the States, and I didn't want to pay $100 for this. So I found this on AmiAmi's pre-owned site for less than half of that, and I instantly jumped at it. It was the one that they had, and then I got it. And this thing is antiquated. It's definitely old by the standards of the line, and it doesn't come with nearly as much stuff as some of these other figures, but it doesn't really have a lot of stuff either. So I'm just really excited to actually have this, and you know, with my luck, they're probably going to make a new version going forward, but at least I have the one that I've really been looking forward to. So that is kind of a bunch of the stuff that I've gotten. I don't know, a lot of that stuff came within maybe the past few weeks or maybe a month. Stuff that I may or may not actually be getting around to reviews. But there is a massive box right here, right over here, that has all come within the past week. And, you know, kind of for sake of transparency, a lot of it came from the companies for review. So I got a box from Bluefin, and I got a box from Diamond this week. So they sent me some stuff. I didn't really know what was going to be in both boxes. I knew some of the Diamond stuff, but I didn't know all of it, and I didn't know any of the stuff Bluefin was sending me, so I was really curious about this, and frankly, it's kind of made my week. So to start with, we're going to take a look at the Bluefin stuff. So Bluefin, of course, you know, they do Tamashii Nation's distribution in the States, so Figuarts and stuff like that, Robot Spirits, Gundam model kits. But this is a line that I've wanted to check out for a long time, and it slipped my mind that they would even consider sending me stuff like this. So they sent me these, and I'm really excited to take a look at these. So these are the movie realization Star Wars figures. So these are like the samurai-inspired Star Wars figures. So we've got Kylo Ren and Captain Phasma and a First Order Stormtrooper. So these things, I mean, they've been around for a little while. I've seen them in person at like Star Wars Celebration, and I've looked at them, and I've wanted them, and I've been really interested in them, but it's in one of those things where they're kind of expensive, and it's just one more thing. Can I really keep buying all this stuff? Do I need to buy Star Wars Figuarts and Star Wars Samurai stuff? And Figuarts proper was where I cut the line, really. So I'm really excited to take a look at these. They look really cool. I've just kind of drooled over this line for a very long time. I'd say Phasma's probably the one I'm most interested in, just because metallic silver character, metallic silver samurai type of character looks really cool. And I've already cracked open the Stormtrooper to take a look at it, and it looks pretty sweet. These do look as cool in person as I've thought they did. I've kind of, you know, again, drooled over them for a long time. The Darth Maul and the Boba Fett in particular have been the ones that have always caught my attention because they look amazing. And then we got, let's see, we'll take a look at the stuff I got from my Big Bad Toy Store pile of loot this week as well. Kind of some varied stuff, but more Bluefin stuff. So I got the most recent Dragon Ball Figuarts. So this is the standard Bulma instead of, what do they call them, the Wild Rider Bulma? Wind Rider, whatever they called her. The one where she's on the motorcycle. So this is the more standard, regular Bulma. I'm very, very interested to take a look at this one because in a general sense, I like the Dragon Ball line. I think they do a pretty good job with them. And, I don't know, looks like Bulma to me, so that one should be good. So a new Figuarts there. Another Figuarts, so the second in the Cowboy Bebop line, we've got Vicious to go along with Spike. And I'm very, very much invested in this. I'm hopeful that they can finish this because it should be a relatively small, contained line with just the main cast, right? And I could do with Spike and Vicious and Faye and Jet and, you know, Ed and Ein, and that would be it. That'd really be all we truly needed, and I think they could do it. And he's got the goofy bird, so I'm really curious about this one. Definitely going to have a review on both of those. And I got this one, so this is another Robot Spirits that I got. So this actually came from Big Bad Toy Store. The other ones I got a week or so ago. So this one just came actually today as I'm recording this. So this is the RGM 79D, the Cold Districts GM, which just looks really cool. This is one of the anime version suits, so it's more in line with the actual artwork, more screen accurate, and it just looked really cool. So I had to check this one out. It was on a short list of figures to get. And then the last two things that I got from Big Bad Toy Store were, well, the two McFarlane figures for the DC line that I wanted to get above all else. So we've got the Hellbat figure and the Superman, what is he called? Unchained. I don't even know what these are. So I don't know anything about these. I don't know anything about these. Let me say that again. I don't know anything about these. They are some sort of satanic Batman in hell type of situation. And this is some sort of Super Sentai Superman. I don't know what's going on here. Don't care. It doesn't matter. They look really cool. They're big, beefy, monstrous figures. And hopefully I'm going to like them more than I liked the regular figures because they were okay at best, but those look really cool. And then the rest of this box came from Diamond. And I knew a couple of the figures that were going to be in here, but they sent a handful of figures over, and I'm going to do a review for all of this stuff. So these are the things that I was really most interested in and kind of stuff that I've been really curious about. So these are some of the deluxe figures from the Tron series. So I've done a review of one of these. I can't remember. I think I did a review of the Walgreens exclusive Flynn. I think. I don't remember. But these are different. So, well, they're different, but they're not. Some of them have different paint applications, but they have effect pieces. And that was maybe one of my biggest gripes with that figure. That Flynn figure was really good, actually. The likenesses on these look absurdly good, and I really think they did a great job. But these have effect parts. And they come in some pretty slick blister card packaging. Like, I just like everything about these, really. I love Tron. I'm a huge fan of this movie, so this is something that I was curious about. But the disc effects are a game changer for me as far as just being able to do more with these. So I'm going to do a singular video for both of these because they're kind of similar. No real reason to do a separate video for both. There is a Infiltrator Flynn as well, but they did not send that one. But I've got the regular one, so we can kind of use that one as well. That's the blue one. The Infiltrator one is the red version. We've got this guy here. So we got the new Bruce Lee, and I did a review on the, what was it, the Game of Death Bruce Lee, I think. This one, however, looks, honestly, I think this one looks better. Something about the musculature on the chest looks better. The extra head is kind of goofy looking, but I get what they're going for there. And I just like this version of Bruce. The shirtless look very much looks like classic Bruce Lee. Like, this is kind of what I think of when I think of him. So I'm curious to see what's going on here. It seems pretty similar to that other figure, but he's just done up in a different way. So I'm curious how far they're going to be able to take this one. He's got a few other looks. Maybe they can get kind of weird and stupid with it. That'd be cool. And then the last thing that they sent over is, this is something that I knew that they were coming out with these, but I don't know anything about this property. So they sent over some of the, well, I guess the entire wave of Avatar, The Last Airbender figures. And to say that I know nothing about this, the only thing I have ever seen of this is that awful M. Night Shyamalan movie. That's it. I've never seen anything else. I took my little brother to see that movie in the movie theater, and we were both very disappointed. he knew the subject material. I did not, and I still hated that movie. So I don't know a whole lot about this, so I can be a little more objective than normal, where I don't have any real feelings one way or the other. I'm really curious about how these effect pieces work, because frankly they look pretty crazy. So we've got what's her name? I don't really know. Katara, and then we've got Zuko, and he's got another wild, monstrous energy effect. All of these figures have really big energy effects, which definitely interests me because I like that kind of stuff with my toys. So we've got Zuko, he's got a big fire effect. And then, of course, I mean, I at least know who this is. We've got Aang, and he's got an air effect with whoever this little guy is. I don't know. Whatever that little dude is. So that's pretty cool. They do look good. I'm interested to see how they actually play out. They're definitely kind of weird because of the scale. They're not like in scale with anything really. They're in scale with each other, which is kind of par for the course with Diamond stuff, but I don't have anything to pair them with anyway. So yeah, we got a bunch of stuff really. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff. Basically everything you saw here from Diamond and from Bluefin, and then all the stuff I got at Big Bad Toy Store, all of the robot spirits, all that stuff's going to get reviews. I'm going to start working on that stuff really soon. But it's been a pretty crazy week as far as toys go. I got all the Diamond stuff, and then 2 days later I got all of the Bluefin and the Big Bad Toy Store stuff. So a bunch of FedEx deliveries. And I really am interested to see what's going on with these guys in particular. And I'm very, very curious to see how these stack up to that regular release figure, because I think they all look really cool. Really excited for the stuff Bluefin and Diamond sent over in general, but I really can't wait to tear into these Gundam figures. So that's it, guys. Let me know what you think of all this stuff that I've gotten. What have you gotten recently? And I will catch you next time.